You finally get into bed. The lights are off. The house is quiet. Nothing urgent is happening. And suddenly, your chest feels tight. Your thoughts speed up. Your body feels unsettled. And you think, why do I feel anxious right now? Nothing is even wrong. If this happens to you, I want you to hear this clearly. Nighttime anxiety is not random, and it's not a sign that you're fragile or failing. It's your nervous system doing something very specific. So many women describe this same experience. During the day, you're functional. You handle responsibilities. You move through conversations. You stay productive. But at night, when everything slows down, your system doesn't. Instead of relief, you feel alert. Instead of calm, you feel unsettled. And it can feel confusing, especially if nothing obvious triggers it. But here's what's important. Nighttime is often the first moment your body has space to process what the day required of you. And that processing can feel like anxiety. Throughout the day, you override small stress signals constantly. You push through tension. You delay emotional reactions. You handle things without fully feeling them. Your system stays in mild survival mode, not panic, just activation. And because you're busy, you don't notice it. But when the distractions disappear, your nervous system is still elevated. It hasn't completed the stress cycle. So instead of powering down, it keeps scanning for what might need attention, scanning for what wasn't resolved, scanning for what could go wrong. That scanning feeling is what we label as anxiety. But underneath it is unfinished activation. Here's where things get tricky. When you feel anxious at night, your brain looks for a reason. It tries to explain the sensation. And if nothing obvious is wrong, your mind may create something just to justify the feeling. What if I forgot something? What if something happens? What if I'm not prepared? But often, the anxiety didn't start with a thought. The thought came after the body signal. Your body felt unsafe first. Then your mind tried to make sense of it. That's a very important distinction. At night, there are fewer distractions. No emails, no conversations, no tasks pulling your attention outward. So the internal sensations get louder. Your heartbeat feels stronger. Your breathing feels more noticeable. Your thoughts echo in the silence, in the quiet. And because you're trying to sleep, the pressure increases. I should be calm. I need to fall asleep. That urgency can amplify the anxiety. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your nervous system hasn't been guided into safety yet. So, what if nighttime anxiety isn't a sign that something is wrong? What if it's a sign that something was held all day? Your system carried responsibility. It also carried tension. It also carried an emotional load. And now, in the quiet, it's asking to be released. That doesn't mean you need to analyze your thoughts. It means your body needs help completing the stress cycle. Calm isn't created by convincing yourself nothing is wrong. Calm is created by giving your nervous system safety cues. Sometimes nighttime anxiety feels especially personal. You might notice thoughts like, why can't I handle this better? Other people don't struggle like this. Why does this always happen to me and at night? But this isn't a personality flaw. It isn't a weakness. It's biology meeting a quiet environment. During the day, your stress hormones help you perform. They help you move quickly and make decisions. But at night, when stimulation drops suddenly, your body doesn't always know how to taper that activation smoothly. So there's this brief window where your system is still elevated, but your environment is still. That contrast can feel like anxiety, not because you're unsafe, but because your system hasn't transitioned yet. If this happens tonight, try this instead of arguing with your thoughts. Ask yourself, what is my body still holding? Is it tight in your chest? Heavy in your stomach? Buzzing behind your eyes? You don't need a story. You just need awareness. When you bring attention to the physical sensation instead of the thought spiral, something subtle begins to shift. Your nervous system realizes it's being heard, and being heard is one of the safest and fastest paths towards safety. This is why simple advice like just relax rarely works. Your system doesn't relax because it's told to. It relaxes when it feels safe enough. That safety is physical, it's rhythmic, it's slow. It comes from signals that your body understands. If nighttime anxiety has been visiting you lately, you don't have to face that moment alone. Inside the reset room, there's a free 7-minute calm reset designed specifically for when your body feels anxious, even if your mind can't explain why. It gently guides your nervous system towards safety instead of forcing calm. The link is in the description. You are not broken. You are not dramatic. Your system just needs help finishing the day. And that can be learned.